The San Antonio Coffee Festival is this weekend at La Vaita from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the hallmark of our event is the specialty coffee tasting flight.
Ooh, what is that about?
Well, have you ever had a wine flight?
I haven't actually.
How about a beer flight?
I have.
There you go. So similar in nature.
Okay.
We have 40 coffees from our selection, and you choose 4 of those from all of those different coffees. You taste them, you talk to the roaster, you talk to the people who are representing those brands at the festival, and you figure out which one you like the best. You can buy a pound for yourself, take it home, brew it, maybe for a family party or having friends over. Also great holiday gift giving. Buy a pound of the coffee that you like the most.
Wow, that's interesting. See, I'm more of a, I would say more of a light to medium coffee drinker. Sometimes I'm daring, I get the bold. Maybe on the weekends when I know I have a lot of things to do, a lot of errands to run, you know, I get a bold coffee with maybe 1 stevia packet and I'm out the door.
You're good to go.
So.
Well, good. Well, this morning we'd like to brew some coffee with you. How
Great.
about that?
Yeah, let's
so
do it.
Our brewing method that we are demonstrating for you today is called a clever. And what we're doing is we're very slowly wetting all of the coffee grinds. The ground is a rather coarse grind. Like an espresso, if you're making espresso, you have a very, very fine ground of coffee. And this one, it's more coarse because we're going to actually let this coffee seep for 4 minutes while we finish talking. And very different method, a little similar to French press, right? I do love French press coffee. There you go. And during the day at the Coffee Fest, while you're enjoying tasting coffees, we have a music lineup all day.
Oh, wow.
Of course. We also have demonstrations, so you can learn how to make French press coffee. At 4:30, the folks that just opened Press Coffee on San Pedro just a month ago here in San Antonio, our newest coffee shop, they will be doing a demo on how to make French coffee.
You have to be there. I do. That's on my Christmas list, a French press coffee maker. So
absolutely. Another thing that we want to talk about is the companies. We have 12 different local coffee companies represented at the Coffee Festival this year, and each of them does roasting. So this one is Red Bud Roasters. They're in San Marcos, Texas.
Oh, wow.
And it literally is a mom and pop shop. So they come out, they roast coffee all day, every day, and they're there to teach you about coffee. They'll show you green beans. So these are actually green coffee beans, and you can that are prior to when you roast them. So that's what it looks like before, after the coffee bean turns dark. And you were talking about bold coffee. The funny thing is that, do you think light roasted coffee has more caffeine or less caffeine than those dark roasted coffees?
I like to think that it's, lighter in caffeine content. Am I wrong here?
You are wrong. So when you roast the coffee, the darker you roast it, the more caffeine leaves the roasting.
Wow.
So a lighter roast coffee has a higher caffeine content. Now, some of the bold roasted coffees, that taste that you feel, and it's very rich and heavy in your mouth, that could be because the bean is from a different place in the world. So depending on where the coffee bean is grown also dictates its taste. Very similar to, say, grape, right? So you have grapes that are grown in California, taste very different than grapes grown in Italy.
Wow.
Same thing with the coffee bean.
That is interesting. I had no idea.
And the other good thing about coffee is if you grind it right away, so whole bean, if you ever get coffee, try to get a grinder, because when you grind that coffee fresh, it's just amazing, because it doesn't have time to have that air around it and kind of break down. So that's another great coffee point. Many coffee points you will learn at the Coffee Festival this Saturday.
We'll have to be there and learn them all. Even interesting to me is how these beans are coffee beans, but they're green. So.
All right. So we have a taste of your coffee. And what this is called a clever. So you can see I'm just holding it down. When you place it on your coffee cup, the coffee just comes right out. So it is extremely convenient. This is the coffee that I drink every day. And what I do is I just leave it sit on my cup. I finish getting my breakfast. By the time I'm done, it is all out. And so when you lift it off the coffee, it stops brewing. You can kind of see it.
Wow.
There's many different brands like this. So here's your coffee.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So this is a coffee from Red Bud Roasters, and that one is actually from Peru. It does. It's it's beautiful. It's probably a little warm. It's also good to drink, to let coffee cool a little bit, because if you drink it and it's very hot, your taste buds kind of don't like that too much.
Taste,
so that's always,
I can't tell if it's bold or light, but it's, you know, it's fresh. It's fresh tasting.
It absolutely is. So at the Coffee Festival, if you don't know anything about coffee, that's the place to come to learn, to sample. We have Oak Farms Dairy, who is one of our sponsors. So, you know, it's all good to have cream and sugar. A lot of coffee connoisseurs only take it black. But at the San Antonio Coffee Festival, we're not about experts. We're about enjoying. La Vaitoa is going to have their artists out, so we're going to have lots of coffee art. We have Spare Parts, which is a wonderful local organization who will be doing coffee painting and coffee filter art with the kids. And that's always a great treat to have the kids taken care of.
Yeah, so. It sounds like, you know, there's something for everyone there. If you want to learn coffee, if you want to just go out and enjoy the different coffees, learn about the local markets, as you mentioned, kids, that's, you know, even better.
Yes, so La Vaitoa does a wonderful job of making us feel welcome. The Department for Culture and Creative Development has just done an amazing job of supporting the roasters and allowing them to come together and showcase what San Antonio is doing for coffee. You know, probably Austin here in Texas is, man, they have an awesome coffee scene. Houston also is the largest coffee importing port in America right now.
Oh, really?
So, and they're our neighbor. So it would be great if some of that coffee would stop and stay here in San Antonio. It's a great, it's a unique, very different event. So we're so happy to have your support and happy for you to have us here today. Well, thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you. Hope to see you Saturday.